HCAM programming is supported by our viewers, thank you, and by Golden Pond Assisted Living, honoring resident choice, dignity, and independence. Our health and wellness focus keeps residents active. Golden Pond, state-of-the-art senior housing and healthcare services.
And by WPC Pest Control, a family-owned business for over 35 years. Owners Jim and Rebecca Mazzucchelli provide honesty, respect, and integrity, performing safe and effective pest control services. They service your home like it's their home. Welcome to HCAM News. Tom Nappy at the anchor desk to keep you up to date with everything you need to know about Hopkinton. On this edition of HCAM News, we'll tell you about all the happenings during the Boston Marathon, plus take you around the pre-marathon festivities in Hopkinton, including the annual visit to Elmwood by elite Kenyan runners and the Greek wreath ceremony at the State House. But first, here are some happenings in town you should know about. The Board of Selectmen Vice Chair John Cotino released a PSA about the recent flooding in Town Hall due to a broken water line.
Hello there. I'm John Cotino, Vice Chairman of your Board of Selectmen. On the afternoon of Tuesday, April 11th, a water line ruptured on the third floor of the Hopkinton Town Hall, resulting in devastating damage to the building's 4 floors. Town Hall was evacuated, and public safety personnel responded immediately. First responders initiated stop-loss measures that included eliminating the water flow, removing standing water, and protecting undamaged assets. Fire Chief Steve Slayman, who serves as the town's emergency management director, began the recovery process by activating Hopkinton Emergency Management Group. The initial assessment showed that our town hall had suffered extensive damage. The Hopkinton Emergency Management Group determined that the restoration of our community services was our first priority. After weighing all the options, it was determined that the quickest way to restore town services was to relocate existing staff to other town facilities. I'm very proud to report that on Thursday, April 13th at 2 p.m., we will once again resume town hall services. We were able to be up and running after only 16 and a half business hours. This enormous task is a true testament to our dedicated staff. I would like to take a moment to thank you, the community, for your patience during this difficult time. Additionally, I would like to recognize your continued support and investment in technology, facilities, and disaster preparedness over the years is what made this possible. Without our professional staff, resources, and continued collaboration between town boards and committees, this could not have been accomplished. We will continue to keep you updated as the recovery continues. We will also provide updates using open forums, social media, here at HCAM, and our town website. A hotline telephone service to answer questions and direct town residents to services will be established by noon, Tuesday, April 18th. The town of Hopkinton has a long history facing challenges head-on. This event serves as yet another example of our resiliency and commitment to service. Thank you.
At the last planning board meeting, they heard from the Wayland-Chamberlain Neighborhood Coalition during a public hearing regarding a proposed project in the area.
So REC Hopkinton is seeking a special permit for an open space and landscape preservation development for a proposed 34-lot residential subdivision to be located on approximately 83 acres of land between Wayland Road and Chamberlain Street. The land right now is currently undeveloped. There's about 16 acres of wetlands throughout the property. There are intermittent streams. There is a potential vernal pool on the land. It is accessible from both Wayland Road as well as Chamberlain Street. It also abuts land owned by the town, including the school district or the high school, as well as a portion of the land known as Berry Acres. We've submitted to the board for review a concept plan for the subdivision that meets the special permit criteria. We are proposing as pointed out to create smaller lots than a conventional subdivision, leaving 42 acres of undeveloped open space. So the project scope would include all the site work to basically construct 34 new, detached single-family dwellings and the accompanying yards, driveways, private septic, private well, and public utilities.
This past week, the 121st running of the Boston Marathon took place. As per usual, a whole lot of great storylines surrounded the event, and the marathon was once again a success. Here is a brief summary of the many happenings during this year's Boston Marathon. Hall of Fame track and field broadcaster Larry Rawson co-hosted the international broadcast of the Boston Marathon for his 43rd consecutive year, and prior to the marathon, he hosted the John Hancock Scholars and Stars event, which brought elite Kenyan runners to Elmwood School for the 7th consecutive year.
Can you talk about the atmosphere here today?
It builds your faith in humanity, doesn't it? I mean, I got to tell you, I'm just so struck, Tom, every single year that I'm here. And I've had the honor of being here for about 7 years in a row now. And thanks to Hancock, they bring me out here and just say, do your thing. And I keep it short and simple, but I want these athletes to really feel appreciated, and the students, the whole thing. You know, one thing I've used on television is the phrase communion. When you look at Webster and read the dictionary, the word communion is an act of sharing. And that's exactly what goes on here to the nth degree. You look around and all you see is teeth in the kids as they smile. And the same thing for the Kenyan athletes. And two of them, as I said in my speech, did say to me, this is a phenomenal event. It's something I never forget, and I look forward to this when I knew I was coming to Boston. It's the first thing I thought one of them said. So it is great, and in this day and age, we are all one. So thank you. I'm glad you guys sent this throughout the world. And hello Kenya, hello Ethiopia, and you're all welcome, all of the countries here in the Boston Marathon. We'll see you on the starting line on Monday.
This year, Boston Marathon's men's and women's title were both won by Kenyan runners who appeared at Elmwood prior to Marathon Monday.
He won a bronze medal at the World Teenage Championships. He showed his ability early on. This man is considered one of Kenya's really outstanding great future talents. Please greet with me his first time here to run the Boston Marathon, Geoffrey Kirui. This woman has been an inspiration to the ladies of her country for the last 20 years. She is a legend in her own right. She has inspired athletes to train and be fit. She twice won the World Championships of track and field in the marathon. She twice was named the #1 female marathoner in the world. She has won in London and in New York City and in Los Angeles, and we are delighted to welcome her back to Boston. Ladies and gentlemen, greet with me, Edna Kiplagat.
I need your love.
Geoffrey Kirui won the men's title with a time of 2:09.37, and Edna Kiplagat took home the women's title with a time of 2:21.52. 2014 Boston Marathon winner and local hero, Mebka Flegzi, ran his final competitive Boston Marathon and placed 12th overall. America did have a great showing in the marathon. 6 of the top 10 runners on the men's side were from America, including second place Galen Rupp, who finished in second just 21 seconds behind the winner. On the women's side, 2 Americans finished in the top 10, Jordan Hasey in 3rd and Desiree Linden in 4th. In the wheelchair race, the Swiss swept. Manuela Schar of Switzerland won the women's wheelchair division, shattering the previous marathon record in the process with a time of 1:28.16. The prior record time was 1:34.06. It was set in 2011. Marcel Hug of Switzerland also broke records while winning the men's wheelchair division. He narrowly beat Ernst van Dijk of South Africa. Hugh secured his 3rd straight marathon win, and his finishing time of 1:18.04 is a new course record. On the Thursday prior to the marathon, the Consulate General of Greece in Boston presented the Boston Athletic Association with the 4 olive branch wreaths, which are distributed to the winners of the Boston Marathon. The Consul General of Greece was in Boston prior to the Boston Marathon and once again presented the Boston Athletic Association with olive branch wreaths to crown the 4 first-place winners of the Boston Marathon. Students from Timilty Middle School and Hopkinton Middle School who participated in the Consul of Greece Marathon Essay Contest received recognition. At the ceremony, first registered female runner to complete the Boston Marathon 50 years ago, Catherine Switzer, received recognition and spoke about her experience and talked about running the marathon this year to celebrate the anniversary.
You can see that. Now what has happened is that obviously a young girl simply wanting to run suddenly had her life changed with this incident. I had to finish the race. I invoked Fidipedes many, many times to finish the Boston Marathon in 1967, but I did finish. We bounced the official out of the race instead, and I went on to finish. But by mile 21, Heartbreak Hill, I realized that Jock Semple, the man who had attacked me, was simply a man of his time, and we could change this by creating opportunities. Talent is everywhere. It only needs an opportunity. And I began campaigning, and as you heard, organized a global series of races around the world, 27 countries, 400 races, 1 million women, and convinced the International Olympic Committee, another great Greek origin, another great institution brought to the world by Greece, the Olympic Games, and to include a women's marathon also. To me, that was as important as getting women the right to vote, because it was the physical equivalent of our social and intellectual acceptance 40 years before that. So it was a marvelous moment. But what has left now? What we have now is 58% of all the runners in the United States are women. Half of the field of the Boston Marathon, nearly half of the field, is women. More women run in Canada than men. More women run in France than men. More women run in Japan now than men. It is the social revolution that's been created. Women's lives were transformed and changed by running. And it happened right here on the streets of Boston, influenced by race. They saw this wonderful road race called the Marathon and brought it back here to the United States and begun the modern tradition of the Boston Marathon in 1897. Their being there and being part of your experience of the Greek Olympics in 1896 really gave birth to what we now know as the Boston Marathon. You know, I've been able to visit Greece, your islands, and am constantly astounded by its great beauty, its wonderful tradition, and its history. I just don't know how you built all those stuff on those islands. It continues to amaze me to this day. And in 2014, I was lucky enough to be part of the Athens Classic Marathon, which is a wonderful marathon that is gaining in popularity. I think it's a terrific thing, and I hope it continues to expand and to become really a major marathon in the U.S. Of course, in Europe, of course, it travels the path from Marathon to Athens and ends up in the old Olympic Stadium, and it's truly a sight and a wonderful experience for all runners, wherever they may be from, to experience.
Coming up next on HCAM News, we'll take you to the annual Scholars and Stars festivities as Elmwood students had the chance to meet some of the elite Kenyan runners. Plus, Matt Clark will let you know what to expect on the HCAM channels with our HCAM Insider. You're tuned into HCAM News. Don't go anywhere.
HCAM News is supported by our viewers and by Hopkinton Drug, located in this historic New England town since 1954. They are a multifaceted store dedicated to providing clients with an array of healthcare options.
And by Webster First Federal Credit Union, providing financial products with attentive customer service to the local families and businesses of Hopkinton. Visit us at websterfirst.com.
Do you have what it takes?
Will you make a difference?
Always an adventure.
Police and fire working together.
Utilizing the latest technology.
Do you have what it takes?
Hi, my name is Margie Wiggin, and I want to invite you to join me for my new show, Character Matters on HCAM. We're going to talk about why do people choose the behavior that they choose? Why do they choose to be good? We're going to hear from people in history, we're going to hear from local heroes who make great choices, and we're going to hear from some puppets who talk about things they've seen, and they're going to say, "What? Did you see that?" "Yes, I did." Please join us.
Welcome back to HCAM News. For the 25th year, the John Hancock Scholars and Stars program brought some of the best marathon runners from Kenya to meet Elmwood school students. Here are some highlights of the always highly anticipated event.
There is nothing like it in the world. I have said on television that the Masters Golf Tournament is considered perhaps the greatest in the world. And I have said that the Boston Marathon is to running what the Masters is to golf. And without any further ado, after so many wonderful years, we are delighted to have back again the very best runners in the world, many of them from Kenya, to come out here to Elmwood and share this wonderful event with you. You've done a great job in your preparation, and without further ado, let's meet these great runners. Let's give a great welcome to Daniel Salam. Last year, she finished among the top 7 in the marathon. Children and youngsters from Elmwood, please greet with me, Valentine Kipketer. This man is considered one of Kenya's really outstanding great future talents. Please greet with me his first time here to run the Boston Marathon, Geoffrey Kirui. For the first time, let's help her on her way to a great performance. Please greet with me, Bridget Koski. This next man can run from Hopkinton right here at Elmwood School all the way to Wellesley and do it in less than an hour. Sammy Kitwara. She has been ranked among the world's best in 3 successive years. Gladys Chirono. Please greet with me, back again to try and win the Boston Marathon, Wilson Chabet.
shining up to the sky, 'cause we
Now you're going to meet one of the fastest marathoners in history, Emmanuel Mutai.
all around the world, people want to be loved.
She has won in London and in New York City and in Los Angeles, and we are delighted to welcome her back to Boston. Ladies and gentlemen, greet with me, Edna Kiplagat.
I need your love.
He won the 2012 Boston Marathon. He decided to run for Parliament in his country of Kenya. Ladies and gentlemen, Wesley Career. She is the 2015 Boston Marathon champion. We are delighted to invite her back. Young boys and girls, how about a big Elmwood welcome for Caroline Rotich.
Treasure, that is what you are. Honey, you're my golden sun. And if you can...
The Kenyans show us that dedication and hard work pays off. They show us that supporting and respecting each other is important in all aspects of life. The Kenyans demonstrate that sometimes you must reach beyond your comfort zone to achieve your full potential. They personally inspire me to run and to run as fast as I can. Thank you to the Kenyan runners for taking the time to inspire us and show us how one single race can connect us all. Good luck to everyone running on Monday. Thank you.
So for me, I can't run a marathon yet. And maybe for you, if you don't like running, it's I can't do my multiplication tables yet. But if you set your mind to it and work extremely hard every day, you'll get those multiplication tables. It's an incredible privilege to live here in Hopkinton, where the Boston Marathon starts. I hope you get to go to the Common on Monday and see these world-class athletes perform, and maybe talk with them and experience their runner's attitude. Thank you.
It is with great pleasure to announce that Elmwood School has had best year raising money for the Kenyan Kids Foundation, and it is presenting Wesley Career with the donation of $4,161.12.
There you go.
A whole lot of programming is coming up on the HCAM channels. Standing by to tell you all about it is HCAM's promotions coordinator, Matt Clark.
Hello everyone, and welcome to this week's edition of the HCAM Insider. I'm Matt Clark, and here's what's happening this week on HCAM. On Friday, April 21st at 8 p.m., the Coffee Break hosts talk with Peter Mezit, president of Weston Nurseries, on a new episode of Hopkinton Coffee Break. On Monday, April 24th at 7 p.m., Vietnam veteran and former mailman Bobby Blair shares his life stories with his own unique sense of humor on a new episode of Wake Up and Smell the Poetry. On Tuesday, April 25th at 6:45 p.m., the Hopkinton Board of Selectmen's meeting will air live on HCAM TV. On Wednesday, April 26th at 7 p.m., Tom Nappy takes a look at Dean College English professor Jeffrey Skilling's lecture on baseball and literature on a new episode of HCAM News Focus. On Thursday, April 27th at 6:30 p.m., Margie Wiggin talks with kids and community members about the benefits of being humble on a brand new episode of Character Matters. On Friday, April 28th at 6:30 p.m., Lisa Mancuso works with Reno and Alma Bacci to make pasta with their famous Alma's sauce on a new episode of The Golden Pan. And at 9:30, Cheryl Perrault talks with Hopkinton Middle School teacher Chuck Rockwood about his unique style of teaching on a brand new Meet Your Neighbor. And on HCAM Ed, the high school girls softball game versus Milford will air. If you want to know more about all of HCAM shows before they air, then head over to hcam.tv/connect, where you can sign up for our HCAM Insider newsletter. Or if you want to know more about what's happening in Hopkinton, you can sign up for our daily news updates. That's all for this week's Insider. I'm Matt Clark, and as always, thanks for watching. Back to you, Tom.
Thank you, Matt. That will just about do it for this edition of HCAM News. Don't forget, you could stay up to date with everything Hopkinton by checking out our website, hcam.tv, as well as our Twitter and Facebook page. Right now on our website, hcam.tv, you can view more information about upcoming events in Hopkinton, plus more from the local Boston Marathon festivities. If you have a Hopkinton-related video, photo, or story idea, I want to hear from you. Email me at news@hcam.tv. With your help, we'll cover even more of our community. For everyone here at HCAM, I'm Tom Nappy. We leave you now with the current community listings and upcoming government meetings. Take care, and as always, thanks for watching HCAM. HCAM is supported by our viewers and by Blackstone Valley Wealth Management, providing highly personalized financial planning, wealth management, and customized solutions through transparent, unbiased advice. Visit us at blackstonevalleywealth.com.